Hello, I thought today we could do a bit of an introduction video since it's been a long time since some of you have seen me and also some of you are new. So let's get to know me. So, a little bit about myself. Hi, my name is Jada. I used to go by Jara on this YouTube channel ages ago. Jara originally came from my full name put together. Everybody had these YouTube personas and these like gamer tags and stuff like that. You had Markiplier, you had Jacksepticeye, you had PewDiePie, you had all these names, and I wanted to feel included. So Jara was the best thing I could come up with. Not funny, but oh well, it is what it is. I am 24 as of recording this video. I will be 25 in September. I'm a Libra, for those who care. I don't awfully care, but also whatever. I am a university student. I'm about to graduate at the end of this year, fingers crossed, with a double degree in English and creative writing. I already have a degree in graphic design and media. And I'm a big old nerd. Geek. I don't know. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I love anything fantasy related. From the books, to the TV shows, to the anime, and everything in between. Speaking of, I love anime. I'm more of a isekai fantasy lover of anime. But that definitely does not mean that I watch some romance or some action or some drama, or I sprinkle out. I try different things, but I mostly stick to my comfort shows. We're gonna do a whole video later about anime. I love music. I always have headphones on me. I listen to a lot of different things. And I don't say that as a pick-me girl to be like, oh, I listen to all genres. I listen to anything from pop, rock, country, alternative, blues, jazz, anime, like poppy, K-pop sometimes. I've listened to some J-pop here and there. There's not a lot I don't like. I even have some songs that are more screamo or hard alternative. There's not many songs that I do not like. I love reading. Like I said before, really into reading fantasy books. But I'm trying to branch out a bit more. I'm trying to head more into real life stuff, if that makes sense. I am also an author. I have written one book so far that has been published, which is called Unspoken Emotions. As you can see here. It is a poetry book all about my trauma from 2018 to 2020. My second book, coming out soon, continues on with that from, I think it was about 2020 to beginning of or end of 2022, called Exploring Emotions. And I plan to do at least 2 more poetry books, and I plan to write 3 fantasy novels. They're a trilogy of sorts. But the first 2, you can read in any order, and it won't affect the final story, which I'm excited about. I play D&D. I'm also going to start DMing soon. I've done a little DMing in the past, as you've seen on this channel, but I'm going to keep my DMing private. I might talk about funny stories or interesting things I didn't think about, but for now I'm going to keep it private. I am in a very happy, committed relationship with the love of my life, Matt, who you will see from time to time throughout videos. He's the best. I've mentioned him in past videos. I've probably alluded to him in other aspects. He's definitely been alluded to a lot in my books as the Shining Prince or Sunshine. There we go, my voice is back. That's useful. What else do you want to know about me? I have anxiety. So these are all diagnosed things I have. I have general anxiety and situational anxiety. I have situational depression and general depression. I have, so I guess 4. I have post-traumatic stress disorder, also known as PTSD, which is situational-esque. It's kind of in this in-between of situational and general, but it's more skewed to situational. So that's fun. And I recently got diagnosed with autism. I know in Australia we used to do levels, like level 1, 2 and 3, but they're breaking that now. So for people who know levels, I originally was diagnosed as just under level 2. So on official documents, I'm classified as a level 2. But because I already kind of had a routine and management plan put into place, and I look after it so well, I can be classified as level 1. But they're breaking that leveling system now because, as you can see based on my conversation with it, it's very difficult and broken. So they're getting rid of that. Yippee! Fun fact, when I play D&D, I'm normally always the healer class. I love healing. I have branched out and played other classes. I'm normally a druid or a cleric. I have played a barbarian, a paladin. I have played an artifice. What else have I played? I've played more like fighter. I've played a little bit of that. None of them really stick with me. I think I just love healing, buffing people, kind of that druid cleric element. Paladin I didn't mind as much, but this was all with the 2014 5th edition rules. I have played some older D&D. I've played, I think it's a mixture of advanced and expert. I've played an advanced one in particular with my dad. He ran just a session, like a couple of sessions with me, and that character was, I'm trying to think of the class, because it was fighter. It was an old elf level 7 fighter, but with some magic. I'll talk about it in a different video. I've played, like I said, a little bit expert, a little bit advanced, a little bit of 3.5, very, very little amount of 3.5, and I've played mixture / hybrids of D&D. I haven't done many one-shots, but that's okay, that'll change soon. Other things about myself, I used to frequently dye my hair a lot. Now it's this kind of red, it's kind of like this length and red at the moment. So don't be surprised if my hair changes throughout videos, because I went through a subsection of my life where I had different hair colors and I would do them mostly myself. Same with haircuts, mostly did them myself. My pronouns for the people who care are she, her, but I do not mind they, them. Otherwise, yeah, I don't really mind. You'll see me dress a lot masculine or feminine, depending. I just like to dress how I like to dress. It's as simple as that. Other things about me is that I'm not very good with mobile phones, which is really shocking to say, somebody who's grown up with technology. I'm not as obsessed, glued to them as other people around me. I find that with a lot of things, I'm not very glued or like hyper obsessed with. So that's a negative or a positive in itself, depending. It can be troublesome. I am, oh cool, my computer's gonna restart. Hey, I have a weird fun fact about me. I have a odd obsession, I guess you could say, or I like to say a love for whiteboards. I have a lot of whiteboards. I have at least 5 in this particular room. I have about 4 or 5 in my bedroom. About 1 or 2 in the kitchen. I have a lot of whiteboards. And I have more at my parents' house. I have a lot of whiteboards. And I use pretty much all of them. Unless they are broken. Because I have one that's broken, which I don't mind that it's broken because it was a double up of one I already had because somebody gave it to me. So that kind of worked out well. But the rest are all just, you know, everything from little whiteboards to big old whiteboards to ones that cover a decent amount of the wall to everything in between. Some have cork on them, some have, you know, like magnets. They all have a different purpose. So I might do a whole video just on my whiteboards alone, which I know is a very niche topic. Oh well, my life. My favorite movie genres, if you couldn't have guessed already, are your fantasy, your kind of anything that escapes from reality. And I've always loved Lord of the Rings. I've always loved The Hobbit. I used to love the Avengers movies, the Marvel movies before they kind of went to shit. Yeah, even DC movies I didn't mind. Like Pride and Prejudice. But I don't like too heavy of romance films. Because a lot of them are very like, oh, love me forever and blah, 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 blah. They're a bit too draining. Whereas like K-dramas, girl, I can get into. Romance animes, I can get into because it takes them 12 episodes just to hold hands. Coolest shit to ever happen. Whereas like in Western media, it's like, oh, it's a romance movie. And they're already doing it within 5 minutes. It's like, well, where's the build-up? Where's the drama? Where's the elements? It is what it is. But yes, that's a couple of things about me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a bit different. I know I sound very different than what you're used to, but I'm just really excited and I just want to kind of follow my journey. I want to kind of just explore, try things out, see what works, see what doesn't, and go from there. Thank you guys so much for watching, for listening. Shout out to all of you guys who watch videos while, well, not watch, but listen to videos while driving, or have videos playing and they fall asleep to. My partner does the exact same thing. It drives me mental, but shout out to you guys because I get you. I get you loud and clear while you need it. So, and I think my voice kind of works well for people to fall asleep to. So, alright, love you guys and I will see you soon. Bye.